Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Game Today I got a fun and exciting episode for you guys tonight because we're doing a MiSTer FPGA update video because Wickerwaka has updated the Taito F2 core and it will now run Metal Black as well as Dead Connection. When I say these are two of the best games on the board, absolute 10 out of 10 Hall of Fame first ballot level arcade games, I 100% mean it, and they're both going to be able to be played on MiSTer FPGA today. Before I get too far involved though, do me a huge favor down below, hit like and subscribe and ring that notification bell, definitely helps us out. If you feel so inclined and want to support the channel, we got a Patreon link down below as well. But obviously we're starting off here with Metal Black, and I will say this is absolutely an amazing shmup, and a lot of the things in here would go on to inspire other games like G Darius down the road. From the parallax scrolling to the overall layers to the music, this is just classic Taito from start to finish, and now there is a core for MiSTer FPGA that's going to play this game. Now do be aware this is not a final core, it's not going to be an update all. You're going to have to manually install this from the Final Blow development channel on the MiSTer FPGA Discord, but if you can drag and drop a couple files, then you should be totally fine. And I always get asked by people, especially those that are new to MiSTer FPGA, if there's any risk in manually installing these cores and files, and trust me, if you get it wrong, the only thing that's not going to work is these two games aren't going to launch. You're at absolutely no risk whatsoever of having any effect on your actual MiSTer FPGA. But as far as Metal Black is concerned, as far as it's concerned here on this test core, honestly, you would be hard pressed to find absolutely anything about this game that you could point to and say it didn't seem like it was doing the exact same thing as the arcade PCB. Now I do not have this one in my collection, it's not cheap and I just never managed to pick it up, but honestly playing it here feels like playing it the last time I saw it in an arcade, and that is always awesome. If you've never played Metal Black before, I can't stress enough how much fun this is, but here's a little gaming test. Listen to this sound effect and I'll be right back for 10 seconds. Now that sound effect was used in a Taito F3 game, one of my favorite games of all time, so you leave me a comment down below and you tell me if you recognize where it's from. This is going to be one of those harder tests, but I'm pretty sure someone will probably get it within the first 10 minutes of the video going live. But as we go into the first boss here, this massive sprite with all of these fun effects in the background layer look absolutely stunning here on the core, and Wickerwaka has done an incredible job on the Taito F2 core up until this point in time, but these are the games that absolutely you want to play and you want to see. These are the classics, and it's so fun to have these new cores for MiSTer FPGA. When I say new cores, really is just the Taito F2 core with compatibility for these two games built in, but it's just easier to say new core. And you'll see here, even this transition round 1 clear looks absolutely stunning, and we even go into the pseudo 3D bonus round area here where you need to lock onto your targets and shoot them down, and all of the graphics, all of the scrolling, all of the layers just look incredibly great to my eye. If this is your favorite game, don't you see anything out of place, do leave me a comment down below, and if there is an issue, I'll definitely pop it over onto MiSTer FPGA Discord, because the dev Wickerwaka reads those reports and checks into them to kind of try to understand what might be going on here, because as we move to Dead Connection, you're going to see a couple tiny visual glitches that are pretty apparent. But as we move into the second stage here, again, you can play this game from start to finish, and you absolutely should. It's so much fun to get new arcade games on MiSTer FPGA, and when they're as good as Metal Black, it is just an absolute cause for celebration. This game is not easy, it's going to test you, but thankfully you can just kind of credit feed it and continue to learn it. It is not one of those shmups that's going to kick you back to a checkpoint and basically make you die over and over again on the same section until you absolutely master it. So in some ways, I know some people don't love that, other people do. Because it is a Taito game, the soundtrack straight 10 out of 10, so go ahead and listen, and I'll be right back with more F2. And that's an absolutely incredible track right there, and the entire game is filled with them. That's because Zuntata, Taito's in-house band, did all the music for this game. And if you're not aware, when you hear the name Zuntata, you know you're going to get some of the best arcade music around. And as far as the audio rendition here on the MiSTer FPGA core, if there's anything going on with it, I certainly can't hear it. But I like to say in pretty much every video, I have a tin ear. I'm a completely visual person, so sometimes I don't hear things you do. So if there's anything there you didn't like or notice, do leave me a comment down below, because I do have a couple audio files that watch the channel, and they're usually able to tell me when something sounds slightly off. It's just not an ability that I actually possess. I only can kind of look at the visuals unless the audio is so incredibly wrong that it would be obvious to pretty much anyone. But as far as Metal Black is concerned, 10 out of 10 game and like a 9.9 out of 10 presentation here on MiSTer FPGA. Let's move over to the second game that's going to work now. This is Dead Connection, and even though they won't tell you, this 100% takes place in Chicago. Not only does it have an Al Capone vibe, but there's also hot dog power-ups in the game, and that is 10 out of 10 Chicago any day of the week and twice on Sundays. And as far as the two games that now work on the F2 core, Metal Black and Dead Connection, this is probably not the one that's going to excite the most people, but this is the one that I think is the better of the two games. It is a single screen run and gun game, kind of feels a little bit like Contra mixed with something like Metal Slug, except taking place on one screen. This is just a game that I'm always telling people they need to play if they've never played it before, and now on MiSTer FPGA today you're going to be able to do exactly that, and it has an epic intro as well. I really love this era of Taito really just putting everything they could into games. As far as the graphics are concerned, this kind of feels like it inspired Elevator Action Returns with some of that single screen gameplay and some of the smaller sprites, but you're never really going to be scrolling the screen. Now this one is one that you're going to see a few graphical glitches here and there, either slightly corrupted sprites on some background items, or sometimes you're just going to see a black rectangle or square pop up where basically doesn't seem to be able to draw the graphics correctly. These are very minor things. They are not going to get in the way of you enjoying the game whatsoever, but this of the two games is one that's going to show a couple issues, because you'll see there on the bottom of the screen there was that square for just a moment, but that's basically the extent of what the issue is going to be on Dead Connection. Every once in a while you're just going to see something that doesn't look slightly correct, but otherwise the game is going to be fun, the controls are going to be responsive and perfect, and the audio is going to be good as well. And trust me, if you've never played Dead Connection before, you absolutely owe it to yourself to play this and make the first time you play on MiSTer FPGA, even if it's not 100% there yet, because you'll see in the background some of those sprites, I believe they're supposed to be birds flying by, just aren't rendering correctly, but I'm sure Wickerwaka will fix that up, and it already is an issue that has been reported on MiSTer FPGA Discord, so it's a very easy thing to look for, and even though nothing really is easy to fix, I'm sure it will be taken care of shortly. But again, as you just look at the screen here, when there isn't a glitch on the screen, everything just looks stunning, and the gameplay is just so good, and you don't want any lag in the controls whatsoever, because this is a fast-paced Twitch game, and it definitely works here on MiSTer FPGA. But we're going to go to the second soundtrack sample now. Not only does it include some incredible music, but it also includes some digitized voices as well that sound great coming out of the core, so go ahead and listen for 45 seconds, but come back. I'll tell you exactly where to find the files to make this play on your MiSTer FPGA today.
Where's your boss hiding?
I mean, honestly, straight up amazing music, and again, it is a Chicago game because it involves hot dogs, and that hot dog did not have any ketchup that could be seen on it, and that means it's 100% a Chicago dog, and this is 100% a Chicago game because we are the city of gunfights after all. But all jokes aside, you absolutely have to play these two games. They are so close to perfect on MiSTer FPGA, and I'm sure they will be 100% perfect soon. So if you want to grab the zip file for the core and the MRA files, you're going to go to MiSTer Discord, and you're going to go to the Final Blow development channel. There should be a pin file there with the zips, and you just put the core in the cores folder, and you put the MRAs where they need to go as well. And if you need a tutorial on manual installation, I will try to remember to leave a link down below to the last time I showed that, because it's one of those things, it is just dragging and dropping a few files. But honestly, I absolutely love the Taito F2 core. Sure, there's jokey games like Dino Rex that I can make fun of all day, but there's also games like Dead Connection and Metal Black, which are just straight up incredible games that I absolutely love to play at least once a year. And as far as Dead Connection is concerned, concerned, I always tell people it's a hidden gem. You have to play it. Take my word for it. So go over to MiSTer FPGA Discords, grab the files, and start playing this today. And you can have the video game Esoterica money back guarantee that you're going to enjoy playing both of these games. But considering you pay me absolutely nothing for these videos, that guarantee is worthless, and you'll just lose a couple minutes if you don't get into them. But other than that, go play these two. They're absolutely epic, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.